Hi everybody, it's 1 AM. Tonight I am local. Woodmancote in Hove, Woodmancote Road in Hove, I believe. I may have to correct that. In 1940, a pilot was shot down here, the Battle of Britain, by a German Messerschmitt, I believe you pronounce it. His plane and him were left here, buried, until I believe the 50s, maybe the 60s. He was dug up and relocated so they can build houses. I've been feeling a calling here today. I'm not sure why. I messaged Teresa and then she sent me this location. All day long I've had like a white wisp, like spirit, peering round the door in my hallway. And you know you can see it at the corner of your eye when you're watching the telly. That's what I've been experiencing all day. Now driving here, I drove from the end of the road and it was straight through what seemed like a barrier. So I'm going to film here for a little while, walk up and back down the road, and I may fire up a few apps, see what we can get through that. Be right back.
By July 1940, Hitler had successfully invaded much of Europe. His next target was Britain, but he would need air and sea superiority to launch a successful invasion. In early July 1940, the first phase of the German air attack focused on shipping in the Channel. This would draw British planes into the battle and also restrict supplies from reaching the islands. In August, the attack shifted to coastal airfields and radar. However, many of the sites which were hit were quickly put back into action. Phase 3 involved repeated attacks on key British airfields. German intelligence told them the RAF was at breaking point, but to their astonishment, the defence withheld. Hitler grew frustrated and ordered the heavy bombing of British towns to put pressure on citizens. The Allies had two main fighter aircraft, the most famous being the Spitfire, but it was the Hurricane which shot down more German planes. The two main German fighters were the Messerschmitt 109 and 110. These had more firepower, but some say a reluctance to push them this hard contributed to their comparative ineffectiveness. One major advantage of the RAF was fighting over home turf. This meant if the pilot was shot down, he could potentially bail out and get straight into another plane. German pilots, on the other hand, would be captured. British planes could also return to base for repairs and refuelling more quickly. Germany lost almost 2,700 airmen. Britain lost around 500 airmen. It was Hitler's first defeat and the last time he threatened British shores.
Okay guys, I've started from the bend, because it bends round there, and I think the name of the road changes, I'm not sure. So I'm going to walk up this road, because this is the area where the pilot was shot down. And his name was Dennis Noble, Sergeant Dennis Noble. Now could it be him that I've been seeing all day in my hallway? Am I predestined to visit locations before I know it? Like a calling. Well, like I said, it is like after 1 AM, so I've got to keep my voice down. Dennis Noble, can you hear me? Sergeant? My name is Paul. I've adopted the name the Soul Finder because I go around attempting communication with souls that may need help. In my right hand I'm holding a phone, They're called mobile phones. Now through that I can use an app called Ghost Tube. It's a word dictionary. Now it's said it can hear you if you speak into it, and it should repeat what you say. I am asking you to come forward. Back that way. Do you mean go back that way? And this camera that I'm using is also a mobile phone. And you can speak directly into that as well. It records pictures and sound.
17.
17. That's interesting. I don't know how old he was. From the information that Teresa sent me, there was a picture, so I shall put that in the video somewhere. Dennis Noble, can you hear me? You served your country fighting a war. I'm not sure if you know whether the war was real or fake now.
She told me.
She told me. I know that some wars are created just for profit and population control. It's a sad fact, I'm afraid. They've been doing it for centuries. They also create pandemics. Even our hospitals today, they do not cure you. They just treat the symptoms. It's all about money, wealth, power.
Choked.
How did you choke? Was it on fumes? Did somebody find you? A young lad saw the plane get shot down. I'm going to turn back round now and go back. I just don't want to attract attention, guys. People might get a bit funny if I'm doing a paranormal down their street. At the end of the day, I'm out helping souls. It's too strong a phrase to say I care nothing for the living, because I do. What I don't care about is their opinions on corrupt religion. They have to realise that they're the ones that have been brainwashed from childhood. Since I was little, I've always known that there was something wrong with the world. I've never been able to put my finger on it until the last 4 years, when they created you know what. I feel like someone's walking with me. Dennis. Oh wow, that's serious head pain. Dennis, are you here? If you are, then you obviously need help. Unless you just returned here to confirm or to tell me what happened to you. We're in the very area.
Not.
Not. Is it further down? Was I right on that bend? Down there. Dennis, I need you to talk loudly, as loud as you possibly can, into my devices, my phones. I need you to say if you're angry, and possibly why. Did you have a partner? Did you have a child on the way? I'm trying to walk as steady as I can, but my jacket's making a noise. Dennis, can you whistle?
Empty.
What's empty? You know that they moved your body from here. It's now in a graveyard. And they relocated your plane. I believe parts of it are in a local pub and the rest is in a museum.
You are annoying.
Am I? Thank you very much. Do you walk this land, Dennis? Are you stuck on this land? Answer me, please. You realise the year is 2024. "1940, you lost your life. Am I coming close?
Abused.
Who was abused? I could be picking up on other spirits in the area. Why does it feel like someone's got their hand in my pocket? I'm going to walk down here because my head is really killing me. Dennis, can you hear me? Is there a message that you would like to get out to the world? You know about all the corruption that's going on today, don't you? Does it annoy you?
Hug.
Hug. Does it annoy you that you can't interact to warn people, to help people? England is no longer the Great Britain that you once knew. Why am I slowing down? It's like I'm being stopped. Am I in the right area?
I can't.
You can't what? Do not blame yourself for fighting in the war. You thought you were doing right by your king and country.
Did.
Did. Yes. You were probably very young, so you were following orders. I don't know if your father was in the forces. He may have fought in the First World War. I'm going to stop over here and I'm going to say a prayer for you and any other souls that may be here. Would that be acceptable? Do you believe in Yahuwah? Yahusha? Heaven, unity? Did you have faith?
Diseased.
Diseased? Who? Did you have faith in your life? All of a sudden I feel very gulpy.
Bored.
What are you bored with? Being here? I don't blame you. It's been 80 years. All the people that you probably knew from the war, the survivors, are probably long dead now.
Children.
What do you mean? Did you have children? What do you mean children from the war would still be alive now? Funny how that popped in there. Well, I'm going to say a prayer, Dennis. Any and all souls that may reside here. As you know, my name is Paul. I call upon Yahuwah in heaven, and I ask that he help any and all souls that may be lost, stuck, being held against their will. I don't know how they lived or died, but I ask you, Yahuwah, to help these souls to ascend to unity, to heaven, to be at peace with their families, their loved ones, to be out of this misery. I ask Yahusha
How did I die?
to guide these souls to find their way. Amen. Dennis, do you remember dying? you realise that your plane did crash. It got shot down. If you've been holding on all this time because you were trapped here because you didn't know, you must call your family now and they will guide you. Yahuwah Barak. Go peacefully. Okay guys, let me flip you around. Alright guys, hopefully I picked up a whisper or two on here. Like I've said in previous videos, what I hear on my PC is quite different to what you may hear on YouTube. Like, it sounds very clear on my hard copy, but once it gets up onto YouTube it seems to dampen the sound somehow. So where I put the question marks is where I actually hear it. So I would suggest you put headphones on and really listen hard, turn your volume up, because when I say they're there, they are there. I will give a shout out to Seeking Ghosts for A&L. They've helped me through a few rough days every now and again, because as you know, Lynn died in 2021 and it's been kind of lonely. So I've got my
Closer.
I've got my cats and I've got my boy back in my life, so I see them every so often when I go up there, which I'm happy. I'm really happy with it. You know, now he's back, I'm never letting him go. So Yahuwah Barak, every one of you. Please subscribe if you haven't, join the channel, join the family, leave a comment and share to your platforms please, it would help. I'm not too bothered about monetization from YouTube because it's all just corrupted money.
Pleasure.
It's all just corrupted money anyway, so I'm happy working for my money and, you know, paying my bills, and the day I'm called I'll be happy to go. So see you all soon guys, be safe.